Hello and welcome to the third episode of Down the Scope, the podcast you can't miss. And I am your host today, Ms. Zombie Lady. I am joined by the hottest, jaw-dropping, heart-stopping, head-turning, and the sexiest directors on YouTube.
My gosh.
Oh boy. Holy cow.
First, we have the master of Let's Plays, Verdialicious.
Whoa. Wow. kind of sweating now. What's going
Hey,
on?
so Verdia, I seen you've done a lot of retro Let's Plays on last week.
I put up a few of the Mario Let's Plays. Yeah, and I'm gonna start doing the little retro time in between my bigger LPs, my bigger projects.
Okay, yeah, just to let you know, I haven't beaten Mario ever in my life.
That's
Because I don't care about saving Princess Peach. Unfortunately, it's a hassle. And that's why I enjoyed it because I've seen the ending.
She
Well,
doesn't
I'll tell
appreciate it anyway.
I'll tell you what. I'll continue to put out more retro Let's Plays. That way, I can save you from that mundane lifestyle you obviously are in.
Well, obviously, I played the first few levels, but there's no save. Unfortunately, I am a noob and I die quickly.
Never played an emulator then, because there are saves on there. So
Oh, no emulators. Just the real deal before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So next we have the very friendly and positive friend of yours and mine, Anakin-tastic.
All right, I'm going to have to refer to myself as that from now on.
Great. You
So
gave him
Anakin,
another
I've
play.
seen you've done your fail class setup. How was that?
Oh,
Tell us
God.
about it.
Yeah, that's right. I put up my fail classes this week, and I put up one on the Xbox and the PS3. All my my fans there on the channel, they selected my class for me, and I jumped in some lobbies. I played with a bunch of my friends from my channel. It was absolute fail. I was certainly Anna Cant that time. It was
Did you feel like a zombie, Anakin?
yes. I actually felt like I might as well have not had any weapons at all because it was horrible. But I did not come in last either time, so I felt okay.
You picked them. I know that.
Awesome.
You paid someone to be last.
That's right. That's right. I was like, hey, sucker, here's $1. Some hobo off the street to come and hold a controller.
Take this single.
Yeah. So to tell us what kind of guns did you use? I seen naked Dragunov. You said.
Never say naked in an Xbox Live lobby. Just let me tell you that. I used a Dragunov. I didn't have any camo. I had no accessories or anything. And somebody apparently didn't quite understand what I meant when I said, they were like, hey, what weapon are you using? And I'm like, I'm using a Dragunov. And they're like, no, what's on it? And I was like, no, it's naked. And of course, here we go.
Oh my God!
Put some clothes.
His Dragunov has boobies.
But, yeah,
10 more viewers.
Exactly.
And you've got like tactical insertion and things like that.
Well, I think a bunch of people didn't even understand when they chose tactical insertion for me. Tactical insertion is actually turned off in free-for-all. So
Yeah.
when they chose that as one of my other options in the class setup, I don't even, some people are like writing in the comments beneath my videos going, hey, you never even used your tactical insertion. And I'm like, no kidding.
Well, I still think people were having a blast at killing you, so that's fine.
Yeah, it was certainly a lot of revenge going on in those lobbies, that's for sure.
Do you have like a future plan on anything similar?
Yeah, I've got some other stuff. I've got some other ideas on coming up on some other games, and I'm probably either going to do some fail classes or I'm going to do some, plays with other, some other people that, are really good. Like I've got Assassin's Creed Brotherhood sitting here next to me. I've got Dead Space 2 sitting here. I've got, various games that I have no idea, how good I'm going to be at them yet. So I'm going to jump in and probably get myself, tore up. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something that we have to look forward to. Heard that, guys?
Indeed.
Get those copies and
Yeah,
get ready to
practice
kill
now.
Anakin.
That's right. Practice now.
Okay. And last but not the least is my baby brother, the energetic, the fast-talking zombie slayer, Rad Dazzle.
I'm not even going to call you out on that. What's going on?
This week on PS3 and going back to your roots. What's up with that? I seen you pop in COD World at War, I think. Yeah. Did you miss
Yeah.
Darius, or were you just tired of Ascension, or what?
Well, what I was going on there was I wanted to have just some clean, straight, fun commentary, and I ended up recording that Darius match. If no one's seen, go over to my channel and check it out, where I apparently am so out of it. I am way too energetic and way too crazy, so it was
You
really
drink, like,
far
5
out there.
Monster drinks?
I don't drink energy drinks. I don't do anything. That's the funniest part. It just must be in my room too long, apparently. But
I know.
yeah,
I'm on the PS3 for like straight 48 hours. I'm like, what the heck is he doing?
well, I had to leave it on because I was in the middle of recording, and I'm like, I gotta go to bed. This sucks. And then I'm like, I can't do anything about it. So I had to leave it on for 2 days. I'm just sitting at school, just like, God, don't be a yellow light of death when I get home. Don't be yellow light of death.
Right. That's why I told Brad about it too. I'm like, what the heck is Reed doing? You know?
No, I was kind of curious myself when I saw him on at 3 a.m, and then I was like, well, he must be at least in round 300 or something.
Awesome.
Easily.
You never know.
Never
Possibly.
Possibly.
All right. So thanks for the wonderful updates, guys. And anything new under sun?
Well, there was a lot of good stuff that happened last week we need to talk about briefly before we get into our topics.
All right.
Yeah, there was.
So go away.
Well, there was the I think you were talking about this the other day, Anakin, the death of Guitar Hero.
Oh, whine, cry, moan. Oh gosh.
My condolences, Anakin.
Yes, believe it or not, I know a lot of people who follow my channel. They don't really know that I have a love for music and rhythm games, and I'm not really allowed to post them. Apparently, I think that. It's kind of controversial out there on YouTube on whether you're supposed to be able to, but I actually spend a lot of time on Rock Band. Not really the Guitar Hero franchise, except for the first 2, which were made by Harmonix. 3 was not terrible, but, it was just really sad because, 3 years ago, Guitar Hero was the, number 1 gaming franchise.
I played that every night.
Yeah, I know. I mean, everybody loved it. And, I really do blame, Activision for just driving it into the ground. I was reading a great article that talked about how they released, it was 6 different games in 1 year for under the Guitar Hero name. And even then, it was actually even worse than that because it was 18 or 19 different UPC codes because you had the Guitar Hero games on every platform, including the DS, and these were all released. So in actuality, if you did own various platforms, you could have purchased in 1 year, in a 12-month period, 18 different Guitar Hero titles. Now, that is oversaturation beyond anything I've ever heard of, and it's no wonder that people, just had too much of it,
Well, that's what Activision's good at, though, is oversaturating a genre, or a franchise, rather.
Well, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do have a question, though. Is there a multiplayer for Guitar Hero?
Heck yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Are they going to continue on,
I'm sure
the servers and whatnot?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll continue the servers for a while, but they're just not going to make them anymore.
Well, get this, on the day after they announced the death of Guitar Hero in general, Activision popped back out and said DLC is 100% discontinued. So there is no new music for Guitar Hero or any of the Guitar Hero names, and they're talking about killing off DJ Hero and also stopping all the DLC for DJ Hero as well. Not that took off, but still.
So DJ Hero just came out. What,
DJ Hero 2 was 6 months ago or something, if that. And
God.
That's dead now
too. So I guess you get to keep your guitar and use that for a Rock Band, I guess.
Well, I'm a huge Rock Band fan. I'm just really worried personally. I honestly, like I said, I didn't care about Guitar Hero that much, but the guys that at Harmonix who started Guitar Hero really, they ended up breaking off, about a third third release or whatever, they went under their own name. They got bought by MTV Games or something, and they went off and started their own company, and they came out with Rock Band. And, Rock Band has been a phenomenal success, but Rock Band 3 just came out in, November. And already nobody picked up on Rock Band because of the oversaturation of Guitar Hero. And Rock Band 3 has amazingly good reviews. The amount of work they put into it is unbelievable. And Rock Band 3, let me tell you guys, if you don't really know too much about it, Rock Band 3 is truly a transitional product into playing real instruments. Because all the guys at Harmonix are actual musicians, These guys these are musician gamers, okay? So the new guitar, Best Buy has an exclusive on it in the United States for the new Fender guitar that is actually a real 6-string, full electric guitar. You can plug it right into an amp and play it, but it's got MIDI pickups that you plug right into Rock Band. Rock Band 3 only, and now you can actually play real chords, full notes, and if you play on Pro Expert, you can actually play the song, the real song. So you work yourself up to that under the Pro Expert, area of the game, and you can walk away and actually start playing real guitar. And it's the same thing with drums. Same thing.
So, Anakin, are you talking about real life here experiences?
Well, let me tell you, I actually have a real drum kit now because of that goofy game. I actually went and bought a full acoustic set, and I can generally get through most fairly straightforward rock songs, and even now I'm kind of working myself up to other stuff because I worked up to Pro Expert on the drums in Rock Band 2 and Rock Band 3. So to me, it works,
I would kill to see you actually play because I've never seen anybody play the Pro Expert on there. I would love to see somebody actually post that.
I didn't even know there was a Pro Expert.
Yeah, it's crazy. On Rock Band 3, there's what they call pro versions of everything. They even have pro vocals. And the deal is the pro really is that transitional, that mode that you go into, and it is like you're playing the real song on whatever instrument you choose. So they've got the keyboard now. They actually train you, and they have a full, it's like 3 hours to go through the keyboard tutorial, and they take you and they show you what fingers, should go on what keys at what time, how how your hand should walk across the keyboard. Then they show you the actual notes. They show all the chords, the actual real musical notes that you're playing on the guitar, and it's the same thing with the drums. You go through and you're actually playing the drums for the song. And the first time I realized that it actually worked that way is I had a friend of mine who actually has a real acoustic set, and he brought over his drum kit to my place, and he and another friend of mine were doing some recording in one of my rooms in my house here. So I said, man, hey, before you leave, come on, let's just see what happens. Let's take your drum kit in here, and I'll set it up in front of Rock Band, and I'll play a song. So we did this, and I actually was able to play on Expert. Now, this is original Expert. This is before they even really tabbed out the cymbals in Rock Band. But I was actually able to play real, drums looking at my TV.
That's insane.
and it was a blast. And now I can actually play real drums. So.
All right, so I take it back. I don't want to see Anakin play Rock Band. I want to see Anakin play the drums.
The real drums.
The real drums, the real deal.
Totally.
Awesome. You know what?
I'm curious now. Reed, have you played it?
Guitar Hero?
Or any music?
Yeah, I was a fan of the Guitar Hero series. I played Guitar Hero 3. That was my big one. I actually bought it for the PS3 a couple months back for $2.30. That's how cheap.
What?
And yeah, I'm dead serious. It was a used Guitar Hero game plus my Power Platinum nerd membership at GameStop. So
nice.
I got it for $2.30, and I played it, and I enjoyed the third one the best. That's because I started with it, and I really enjoyed the songs in there. They're like 70, 80 songs. Those.
Yeah.
And I had a pleasant experience with it. After I bought Guitar Hero 5 or World Tour or whatever it was completely disappointing at that point. It was like, this again. So I see how it died.
Guitar Hero 1 are probably 10.
Same game, different songs.
No, I'm just kidding. All right. So, are you ready to go to the topics today, guys?
Let's do it.
hang on. We got one more thing we got to mention. One more thing.
Ooh.
Did
Oh wait,
you guys-
Anakin's jumping in here. Let's see what it is.
Sorry. My stupid headset kind of got goofy there for a second. But get this, before we jump into the first topic, what was your take on? Did you guys see the mention of Project Beachhead about the Call of Duty series going to a subscription plan for multiplayer?
What?
Have you guys heard about this? Anyone?
I thought they decided not to do that.
That's an ugly code name, but okay.
I mean,
The subscription based thing, I could have swore Activision or not. I think it was IGN who even posted that they decided not to.
Well, there's all this talk right now. There is there's an actual Project Beachhead that is going on right now over at the headquarters, and they're talking about, there's a couple of analysts out there basically saying it is a 100% pay-to-play kind of subscription plan where you may end up paying $60 for the game, and then if you want to play multiplayer, you're gonna either pay for the monthly subscription to play Call of Duty, $10 a month, $5 a month, whatever. Or they're going to do, which I hate even more, they're going to do the stupid in-game items where you do microtransactions to buy a better gun or better equipment or even buy a perk or something with real money versus, actually, just paying to play or whatever. So who knows what the future of Call of Duty holds for multiplayer.
The absolutely horrible thing about that is that they will do it. There are people that will make this a success.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean?
I agree. But you know what? Let me tell you, I refuse. I don't care how much enjoyment I get out of that game. I will not play. I will not pay to play an online multiplayer game. It's already
Time for
a
LAN
$60
games for me.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, there's just no way. I won't do it. But anyway, yeah, I thought that was huge news this week. So
That is huge news.
So Rad, what if they decide to make zombies pay to play?
it's not going to happen.
They're
They're going to change the Black Ops servers to payable. I don't think so. But they shouldn't make new zombie maps after this game. Even if they do, I'll just
It was a
beat up
hypothetical.
Activision.
It was a hypothetical. What if they did?
Let's say they did.
Okay,
What would you
let's say I get my hands on nuclear weapons. Let's just say. I mean,
Okay, so you don't.
But
it's not going to happen.
do? Well,
Okay.
I don't
We'll
know.
see.
I'm telling
I
you.
don't know.
The one thing that I thought was crazy on Black Ops, by the way, is in the main menu. Whenever you go in there and you're looking at some of the stats on the scrolling text at the bottom under the lobbies, the one thing that I knew that this was a sign of things to come is they actually say down there, if you watch the scrolling text, it'll still say Black Ops multiplayer free, still free to play, whatever, something like that. Look and see what that says. And as soon as I saw that when the game came out, I thought, oh, this may be the last Call of Duty that is going to be free multiplayer because they stated it in there,
Yeah, well, this would be a humongous jump from the video game industry, period, because nobody's done this yet on a console, as far as I know, except for maybe I think Final Fantasy 11, maybe. No, 11 was, you had to pay maybe.
Well,
But
no, DC Universe Online, I think.
well,
Yeah,
but
that's
those are
right.
PC, aren't they
No,
not?
that one's a console now.
No,
is
that's
it?
a console one. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's like $15 a month or something like that.
Yeah, it's it is the first MMO, or the second one if you count Final Fantasy, I guess, too. But it's the second MMO on the consoles, and you know what? People are going to pay the monthly subscription fee.
They
on the
did.
console.
They did.
On top of your Xbox Live or on top of your PlayStation Plus or whatever else it may be. But yeah,
And
people are gonna,
and Call of Duty trumps both of those. So
Yep, and with a fan base like Call of Duty, people are going to pay it. I won't.
I won't either.
I know. Like I said, time for LAN games for me.
Yeah,
That's right.
Well, that's the thing. If they decide to go with that, we can just go to each other's house. We can provide our content through us four.
Exactly. Because plane tickets will be much cheaper than that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think what if they did like pay to play? Just like 1 day pass or something.
Well, if they did a day pass where it was free, I'd do it.
Sure. I mean,
But well, no, I can't say that because if the next Call of Duty is that way, I won't buy it, so I won't have the game to play.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, let me tell you, if they do that, another game will come out that will be free, and it'll be the new COD. You know, they'll somebody else will do it. Respawn Entertainment. You know, who knows?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. You're 100% right. And the way I see Activision is a bunch of old people that know nothing about gaming. Anyway.
All right. Another topic for another podcast.
Yeah, let's move on to our real topics at hand. But yeah, that is a hot topic. But we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll let you guys know in the future about what happens. So.
Yeah. Sure. So this week's topic is who put hand waggling in my first-person shooter.
Whoa!
So it's motion control gaming in all of its current forms and what the future might hold. This topic was actually the one we missed last week.
That's right.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We ran out of time.
We're getting good at running out of time.
Exactly.
We'll try to keep in track right now, right,
For
Anakin?
Sure. Indeed.
I'm just kidding.
I'm the one that ends up lengthening this because you guys need to put a muzzle on me after about 2 minutes.
I've got opinions on everything.
Exactly.
All right, so guys, do you have one? Or,
have an opinion? Of course I do.
Do you have one?
Do you have any motion control
The
stuff?
Motion control stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I only have the Wii, so
Yeah, and
I can't say anything.
Well, I'm in the same boat, but I don't think that you can cancel us out for that because I do have a strong opinion. Just on the Wii in general, I mean, the way I see it, you look at motion control and you think, oh wow, this is really cool. You're playing Wii Sports, you're playing Mario Kart Wii and all that awesome stuff, and it works really well. It's really fun and it's actually engaging to the body. The only problem I have with this motion control thing is the way that it seems like Nintendo and Xbox they're starting to try and it makes it feel like it's a necessity to have it in every game when it's not needed. So like in Donkey Kong Country, when you're running around, if you want to roll or something, you've got to waggle the damn controller, and you can't switch it to a button, which is something that I think is a necessity. You need to give that option. But I feel really, really.
Oh, you can't turn it off on the.
No, you can't turn it off at all. The only way to roll is to shake. The only way to stomp the ground is to push down and shake, or something like that. It really gets annoying when you're just like, I don't want to use the waggle anymore.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And a lot of games do this. It's not just Donkey Kong. I mean, a lot of the Wii games, they say, well, we've got it, we must use it, and I don't think that's true.
Well, now let's remember why this topic came up this week, because obviously the Wii's been around for a while, and, we've seen the Kinect come out, and even the Move, but now the big game that really matters to a lot of hardcore gamers is Killzone 3. They released, the video showing the PlayStation Move integration into it, and now we're actually starting to get an idea of how these hardcore games, these major gamer games, not the casual stuff, but we're starting to see this motion control stuff jump into that. How did any of you guys get a chance to try that at all?
I played the demo. However, unfortunately, I don't have a PlayStation Move, and I couldn't try it. I haven't even talked to anybody who has. Have you guys?
I just saw the videos. Now, Reed, didn't you say you had a Move at one point?
Yeah, I did have a Move at one point. I bought it, and I was extremely disappointed when I bought it. It was way back in the early stages of the PlayStation Move, and it just didn't do anything for me. There wasn't enough games supporting it. I even played the demo of SOCOM, and I didn't even end up buying the game. It felt like the Wii. It didn't feel like... it felt worse than the Wii. It just didn't feel right to me. The Wii has it down pretty pat. The controls just felt different to me. And overall, I just didn't like it at all. It didn't run smoothly. The game wasn't smooth, and I was just disappointed. So I returned it.
Well, now, obviously, we can't, since we haven't played Killzone, we can't say, oh, this is awesome.
It's hard to say.
Or, oh, this is horrible. However, I think we can give a decent opinion on how we feel about having to, instead of relax in front of our TV after a long day, having to, stand up, which luckily for Killzone, it's optional, but I can see this becoming something like Donkey Kong where it's not in the future.
Well, that's where I've got this. I've got some reasoning, I guess, on why I've adopted some of the motion control stuff out there. In fact, the only one I don't have at this point is the PlayStation Move. I bought the Kinect. I really like the Kinect. It's fun, but once again, it's fun in that the way the Wii is fun. I enjoy it for casual games. I can't imagine using the Kinect for something like Killzone or whatever. Although I actually have some. The problem is, I think, with why these motion control devices are coming out. The reason that people are turned off by it. At least my theory is anyway, is that these developers, they want to go one way or another. They either want to go all motion control gaming or they want to go all controller and just completely dismiss it. The thing is, what I keep thinking is there's a way that you can start transitioning right now into motion control gaming for the hardcore gaming crowd. And, one of the ideas I had mentioned before to a couple of people, I had a really good idea on trying to find a way for the Kinect specifically to integrate that into something like Call of Duty, obviously something everybody can relate to. So, for example, you're playing Call of Duty, okay, you've got a Kinect. You should be able to do something like this, all right? Imagine you're sitting on the couch or whatever, you've got your regular controller for the Xbox or whatever, PS3 even, doesn't matter, but you've got your controller, you're playing the game, you don't have a grenade button anymore. There's no button for grenade, okay? And let's say you have to actually do the hand grenade motion with your arm to throw a grenade in the game. So you're holding the controller both hands, you're moving. Okay, I want to throw a grenade, and you let go of the controller with one hand, with your for example your right arm, and you throw towards the TV. You throw a virtual grenade towards the TV, and you could even hold your hand up in the air, which would make for a longer cooking time or whatever, a longer hold time. Depending on the momentum of your arm, depending on how much strength behind the throw there is. And the thing is, a lot of people will be like, oh no, I'd never let go of the controller. You'll get killed doing that. But if you think about this, in the game, your character is in that animation motion anyway. And once you go to start making that throw, in the game, you're just as vulnerable as if you were doing it in real life anyway. So for example, you could do the right hand, your right arm would be your frag grenades, your Simtex or whatever. The left hand could be your tactical grenades, your Nova Gas, your flashbangs or whatever the case. And that is something that, you could start getting people used to the idea of doing some kind of motion in front of the TV. And that's how you make the transition. You marry the two input devices instead of just going, oh yeah, okay, here, Call of Duty 18 is only motion control, and everybody's like, oh, how the hell does that work?
I could see that technology working, except when I'd be playing, I'd be like racking up some kill streaks, and my wife would walk in front of the TV and it'd be like, napalm strike inbound.
Yeah. Just be sure not to throw your controller too, huh?
I can see that. I can see the viral videos of little kids like sitting right next to it, and they're like, "I'm gonna throw a grenade," and they just punch the TV, and it just like shatters everywhere.
Well, we saw all those Wii videos, where everybody threw their controllers right through their TV. So.
I think a ton of those were set up. But that's just me.
I agree. I think some of them were. I think some of them were over the top. It's like, come on, really?
Yeah.
If you were smart enough to go down to the store and actually purchase a Wii, then you've got to be at least smart enough to know not to throw it at something.
Well, yeah, and I think the only one that I saw that I knew was legit was that dude did it on the news. Like I think that was the first one. He just like and he just shattered the TV on live TV. That had to be humiliating.
Awesome.
So, do you guys think that it will possibly replace controllers in the future?
No.
No,
I don't.
I do.
Anakin, why? Why?
Here's the thing. A lot of people have kind of given me a lot of flack over buying like the Kinect and even, still using my Wii from time to time, for fun or whatever. But, the deal is there's a movie. I mentioned this to you guys once before. I really want you guys to check this out at some point. I hope everybody listening has a few moments to check this out. There's a short fan film online called Turbo. Okay, I don't really know the details of it or whatever. I've watched it before. It's like 20 minutes or so. It's not very long. You can do a Google search for for it, but it's a fan-made film about a kind of a future 2020, 2025, somewhere around there, and it's a fighting game competition. And the guy did an extremely good job, in my opinion anyway, kind of getting an idea of what the future is going to hold for, interactive gaming. And my idea, and I believe that this is going to be the case. I know it's kind of hard to believe right now, but I truly believe that in, say, 2020, 2025, somewhere by that time from now, 10 years from now, that we will be going into either a small area of our home, or if we're going to be putting on like a headset or something, and you're going to be, the object is going to know all of your movements, and it's going to translate into the game. You're not going to have a big monitor or a TV or anything like that. You're going to be wearing glasses or something, very close. You're going to be in that virtual environment, and your hand motions, arm motions, physical body interpretation is going to be completely in the game. Now, I know right now everybody's like, well, no way, but I'm telling you, think right now about the Kinect. Here we are. This is 2010, really, when it came out. 2010, we've got a device right now that is affordable for a regular home environment for $150. That you don't need a controller at all. Voice activated, full on, full color camera with the full 3D Z-depth camera built in. I mean, facial recognition, all of that in real time, or, let's 50 millisecond real time.
Right,
but, but the deal is, I mean, this was unheard of, 2 years ago. So now, now we're moving forward, let's say 15 years from now, 10 years from now. It is not going to be unheard of for people to go out and buy a big chunk of hardware, like an Xbox, that it includes a headset of some sort that covers your eyes. You'll stand on a mat or something on the floor, and all of your, you'll take 2 steps in whatever direction you want to move in. You'll take 2 steps backward. You'll step side to side to strafe. You'll hold your hands like you're holding a gun. Whatever the case. I'm telling you, 10 to 15 years from now, we're going to start seeing things very, very similar to that. That's why I want to promote innovation in that market right now, even though I know right now it's kind of campy and hokey.
Well, I saw this Japanese technology. It was just like what you're talking about. It's kind of like a room, right? But on the floor, it has tracks, and the tracks move. They move whichever direction you're thinking.
Like a treadmill,
I guess.
Right? It was it was like a ball. It was almost like a ball in the floor, like you walked on, and whatever direction you walked in, you could virtually walk forever and yet stand still.
And it would also pick up the speed at which you were walking.
That's
so
right.
You couldn't even run off of it if you wanted to. It would just speed up to the point, where you're hooking it. You're just like, right. Oh yeah, I'm getting. But just imagine being able to run in just one spot. Now I understand this is a really cool idea. However, where I start to disagree with that being the dominant control scheme in the future is straight up cost.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is going to be way too much for a gamer. You're not going to be able to buy that for your kids. It's like, what did I get for Christmas? And you walk outside and there's literally a whole piece of your house that is wrapped.
Yeah. For sure.
That's what the noise was, and why you couldn't sleep for the past week and a half, because we were building
Well, obviously,
I'm sure I'll get that.
Well, my gaming room would be technically nothing in it. It's just gonna be the console and the headset. I'm like, okay, kids, I'm gonna go gaming now. And
at that point,
Right.
At that point, I think Anakin's right. There will literally be absolutely nothing in it. The console will be constructed of, it will be inside of the wall. There might be one little screen panel on the wall, but there won't be any discs anymore. Everything will be downloaded content. There will be no reason to go out and actually purchase it, because that would completely cut down on any need for packaging, marketing, or shelf space and whatnot. You'd completely cut that down. So
Right.
when you get to that point, it just, that's where gaming's going anyway. So yeah, you're right. It would probably just be a straight room. However,
and it won't necessarily be a room, but probably an area of your home. Right now, think about it. We're already, if you own a Kinect or a Wii, you're dedicating, about probably realistically and at least a 10 foot by 10 foot area of your home. Not everybody's got that much room, but you're probably in an area that is a livable area, part of your house, but you're still saying, okay, when I play the Wii, here's the area I need to be able to play it, and
Right.
and the thing
Right.
is, I mean, 10 years ago, everybody's sitting around on their PlayStation 2, 2 feet from their TV because they got a wired controller, I mean,
Yeah.
or PlayStation 1 or whatever, I mean, the idea of like saying, oh, wow, I'm going to run around my living room playing a video game was unheard of 10 years ago. So, 10 years from now, we're already seeing motion gaming in its current form.
Yeah.
I really think that there's going to be something where you buy, it'll be like, it won't be like a refrigerator or something, but it'll be something the size of a refrigerator in the space that you need. You'll walk into almost like a stand-up, shower or something. You'll walk in there and then you'll just be in that environment, whatever the case.
Just make sure you're not near any glass vase or any china plates.
But but I think then you have to look at what kind of people are gamers. I mean, of course, you've got athletic people like Reed. You've got people like myself. I don't mind getting up and doing a little bit of athletics, but then you've got some. I know at least 5 or 6 people who would never stand up.
I agree.
Yeah, they would never do that, and so
I won't stand up.
Well, Zombie, yeah.
Just kidding.
She,
It's like my pastime.
No. Her eyes started frying the other night whilst playing Call of Duty because she was so close to the TV, and instead of getting up, she just continued to let it burn her retina.
I know my eyes were like tearing up too.
Actually, I have a story about that. With zombies, I've had plenty of instances where or Call of Duty in general, where my eyes just start tearing because I apparently, if I'm really intense on a match, like I was on a kill streak for a nuke, I don't blink apparently. So
God.
my eyes would start watering up. But when I
Maybe
finally
that's what
figured out
happens
Maybe.
when I'm playing too much zombies is after I play a match and I close my eyes and I still have that faint feeling and outline of the zombie still sprinting in hordes towards me. That's when
Wow.
it's time to stop. I really have had that. 100% serious.
The only time that's ever happened to me was with Guitar Hero, or Minecraft, where I just see blocks, or I see moving things of light coming at me. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think that there's definitely a lot of things that we can't predict right now, and because what would you do if you had an apartment and all these other questions and whatnot? But it's kind of we don't know yet. But
Yeah.
I do think that it will take over. Something different will take over. I just don't know if it's motion gaming.
Well, I'll tell you.
Downstairs neighbor wouldn't be.
Well, I really will think it'll probably be, the idea that gaming, right now we've already seen the PGL kind of become a little bit of an entity that people are starting to take notice of. G4, the TV show, or the TV channel will actually show sometimes some of the gaming tournaments and so forth. The deal is that I really believe that kind of gaming that actually will require some athleticism, that kind of gaming will attract a completely different kind of gamer. Right now, there's obviously certain people out there that don't care about MMOs at all because of the amount of time it takes to play an MMO properly,
Right.
So, there's going to be a certain type of person that are going to be attracted to these motion control gamers, or motion control games that require, some athleticism, some endurance level that, is going to be some kind of physical interaction.
Right. And I think it might be marketed toward those people, but I don't think it would take over the gaming. I guess I should have clarified that. I don't think it'll take over the whole gaming thing. But yeah, there are
Not
people,
yet.
right? There are people like mothers and fathers who are they're actually finding their gaming potential in these games. I literally saw a whole group, a whole family of non-gamers. They literally looked down on me for being 21 years old and still playing video games. And I watched as they had the time of their lives playing, Wii Sports. And,
Exactly. I mean, we've got everybody out there right now playing Farmville all the way out to, pro expert on drums like I do. I mean, I end up, if I sit and play, for 2 hours, pro expert drums on Rock Band, I mean, I am sweating like I just went and did a workout, And then you've got people who are sitting there playing, Luxor or Angry Birds on their phone or Farmville. I mean, obviously already we've got a majorly splintered industry of what kind of games are targeted towards certain kind of gamers. There's hardly anybody I know that would sit down and play, drums or something like I do as an actual game. I mean, that requires a ton of physical effort, on my part. And the thing is, most people are not going to be interested in that. So I do think even with motion control gaming coming out and possibly becoming a major force in the gaming industry, it's going to be targeted towards a very, very specific audience. And I think it'll be major. I think it'll be, 30-40% of the audience, just like Call of Duty is, it's something like that. I think that there'll be some major gaming, gaming groups of or demographics of people that will adopt it, but it won't be for everybody. You won't find your grandparents doing it. You won't find your 10-year-olds doing it. You'll probably find that 20 to 30-year-old crowd doing it. So.
Right. Well, listeners, keep that in mind for when we get to like our 400,000 or 500,000th episode.
That's right. When we do Down the Scope,
you never know. Yeah,
we're going to be talking about the latest gaming.
I'm gonna be probably dead. Reed's gonna be the last podcaster alive.
Oh boy.
Awesome.
Griping at his grandkids to leave him alone because he's got to do the podcast alone because we're gone.
That's right. Awesome.
I got a responsibility.
Well, I'm looking forward to motion gaming.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm with Anakin. I'm into upgrading technology and innovation.
Well, whatever happens, and I'm excited for games in general. So I guess it's not really up to me what track it takes. It's just up to me to continue to be interested.
Well, and the one thing I think everybody should take away from this topic is just that, don't completely dismiss it because it's in its infancy. Just look ahead and try to look and see what the potential for motion gaming is, and don't just completely dismiss it just because right now it may not be, a Call of Duty, replacement, for a controller. The idea is just think about the potential that the innovation in that form of controls is going to be at 10 years from now, 15 years from now. So that's why I still want to promote it. So
and remember that you're going to be that grandfather talking to your kid and saying, "I remember when we had the Wii.
I told them so.
It was just an arm waggle."
Well, seriously, I mean, it's going to be funny. 15 years from now, kids are probably going to say, "Oh my God, you had to hold like this plastic thing with buttons." Yeah. I mean. Think about the Atari 2600 30 years ago. It was a joystick and a red button. They made games where there was one button. And nowadays, even my dad is 70 years old and he plays the Xbox. Okay, he's 70 years old. Okay?
Wow.
He's going on set. I won't age him. He's 69, but he's close to 70. But the thing is he plays an Xbox, and the first time I gave him a controller, he was like, "Oh my God, there's buttons everywhere. How do you know what to press?" And I'm like, "You got to get used to it." And now he's out there playing Call of Duty with the best of them. So
wow,
and it's epic.
It's awesome. So the thing is we can all adapt, and that's just what I want people to take away from this topic is that we can all adapt to the current control scheme and just don't dismiss it because it's new or different.
Yeah, I want to play Mario actually on the Kinect and just
you think it'd be
and jump and get some coins,
Hit your head on the ceiling.
Take the mushroom and
I'm really good with Mario's agility, but I don't think I would be that good if I actually had to do the backflips or the triple jumps.
And throw the fireball or something like that.
That would be fun. Just chunking your arm and that would be.
Let me tell you, if you could do Street Fighter with the Kinect right now, which is why I did that one Kinect video on my channel. If you could do Street Fighter, and do
check that out, guys.
Haruken, I want to do a Haruken in my living room.
That's fun. Can you do combos with the Kinect too?
Yeah, you can actually do all kinds of wacky stuff with it. It's pretty darn fun. It's a little laggy. The Dance Central is extremely good. Anybody out there who's got to connect, I highly recommend Dance Central. It's made by the guys who made Rock Band, and those guys just know polish. They know how to make a game so polished. So it is something that you will really have a good time with that one. Plus, you can have your parents or friends look like idiots when they do it. So,
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, moving on for our next topic.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Indeed.
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Do it.
Since I am the host, all of you wondering why I called them funny names earlier, it's because for this week's main topic for the podcast is about the plight of the female gamer. That's what Anakin named it.
She's not even
And,
take credit for that.
and it's how a female gamer can handle disrespectful gaming lobbies and how the male gamers can help our cause. So it's actually funny because we wanted to put this out since we started, and one of our listeners had an awesome experience about this, so we'll hear from him later on. Did you guys hear about him?
I did. Yeah.
I
saw that.
forwarded you. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. That was really, it's going to be fun for you to share that. It's just the whole thing with the whole female gamer thing. I figured it would be definitely you would be the best person to get out here and talk to everybody. I mean, there's obviously a lot of girl gamers out there on YouTube and stuff, but, I think that this is something that, since the podcast has really taken off, I think it's going to be good for you to talk about this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And, okay, let's start. Do you guys know that 48% of gamers are female?
48%.
Wow.
I don't believe that.
Boy, we need to get another girl in this podcast.
Yeah,
We're not meeting
that's
quota.
actually an article I read on Joystick, actually, and it was a study from the BBC for British demographics, and they did a survey on people, but their definition of a gamer is fairly vague. It's someone who has played video games in the last 6 months on any platform, including interactive TV.
Now I see these guys or girls, whoever did the survey, walking up to random doors and going, "Hey, have you played a game before?" Now, they probably hadn't played a video game. They had probably played Monopoly. And they were like, "Yeah, I played a video game. What the heck? Yeah, I was playing."
I'm on Facebook every day, and I play Farmville.
No. I consider Farmville a video game. I mean,
It is.
I've never played it before. However, the amount of time people soak into it, that's what makes a video game for me. It's like, if you
That's
put
true.
some time into it, so, that's a gamer to me. But when you
Monopoly's a game too, Brad. What are you
no, it is. And it's a video game, but I'm talking like somebody who would never in their life dream of buying a Wii or Xbox, whatever. And then they're playing Monopoly on their board, on a board mat or Scrabble. I'll change it to Scrabble or something. They're playing Scrabble, and they played that for however many years. Scrabble's been out like 20 years, and that's not a game. Or you got some
platform though, right? So
right, you've got
Time out. I want to say something about that. My mom is so electrically challenged, and as soon as she found out she could have Scrabble on her iPhone, she's easily put in like 700 hours.
Is she playing Words with Friends?
No, she's playing by herself.
So do
on
I.
her phone.
That's my favorite.
All right, we'll have to exchange that later, but prepare to meet your match. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, like you've got somebody who's like accidentally stumbles upon solitaire in their phone, and they've never owned a game console in their life, and they play it once in a 6-month period, and then they just happen to get chosen for this survey. That's not a gamer,
Right.
But
I don't know. It's loosely based, but here's the thing. Not surprisingly, 63% of people love puzzle games, quizzes, and other similar types of genres. So
yeah, well, I mean,
if you play, I know, like if I played Tetris for I don't know how many hours of my life,
Yeah.
and you're considered like a hardcore gamer, I guess.
I mean, there's really only one type of two genres that I don't like, and one of them is sports. However, I do really enjoy boxing games, so that's kind of like, it's like I don't like most, but I do like, quite a few. And then the other one is just simply because I'm not good at it, and that's RTS. There's nothing wrong with the genre. I just am not good at it, and I don't personally enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of demographics out there.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure about the first-person world because I still don't see that much girls compared to guys. You know?
Yeah. Well,
and I believe that it is not a female dominated territory. That's for sure.
No, it's I don't even. Yeah, you get to this. You're right. There are probably a large percentage of girl gamers out there. However, there aren't a large percent of girl gamers that play online Call of Duty. And if they are, they're well. You can describe what they're going.
Yeah, which
it's the environment.
Yeah,
just to let you know that, this is going to be all about Call of Duty because that's what I play right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be, but, that is the...
online gaming in general, I guess, yeah.
Right, but the Call of Duty community is the one that we're singling out. And when you get a game to a point where it's that popular, that's, you're going to grab those idiots. You're going to grab them on there, and that's where it's going to be the worst at. Because I remember when Halo was big, that was the worst place.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't think we should target Call of Duty specifically. It's really more about the PlayStation and Xbox communities as a whole. It's just Call of Duty happens to be right now the hot game. Just like you're saying, Halo, was the hot game, and female gamers got the raw treatment in that game just as much as they do now in Call of Duty. So I think it's just the idea that these hardcore gaming platforms, because again, you talk about Farmville, you talk about some of the mobile games and all that. Everybody has access to that, but you're not going to find 40-year-old women sitting in front of an Xbox generally. You're not going to find, a 50-year-old executive who may love Angry Birds on his iPhone. You're not going to find him sitting at home playing Xbox. The problem is that the two environments that we're really discussing here, not really Call of Duty, but it's the two environments of the Xbox and the PlayStation communities that I think are very, very, rough towards the female gamer crowd.
Not female friendly.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, and they're not. They just seem to act like it's just an attention thing. It's one of those environments where it's just like, oh, I'm awesome because I'm going to talk dirty to this girl because she's a girl.
You know what? The number one negative phrase that they all or sentence that they say to us, the statement. Do you guys want to know what it is? The number one, never fails all the time.
I'm not sure.
What is it?
Okay. Why aren't you in the kitchen? Go make me a sandwich. That is the number one phrase that they give to us. I have no idea why.
Well, I guess because women back in the day made sandwiches in the kitchen, and I don't know I don't know why they say that now, but it's kind of weird.
Well, to me, it's a sexual reference, and any 13-year-old now is going to make one. Like, I learned a new word in school today. I'm so cool. I'm going to go run in circles and tell everybody about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, and when you've got these kids, pretty much what they are. I don't even care if you're 20 years old and you're talking this kind of crap. You're a kid to me, and they get behind that screen and they've just got their voice on there. Boy, they're pretty brave, and it lends. They would never do that to you in real life because half the guys in that lobby probably aren't that way, and they'd probably beat the crap out of them. But
okay. So last night I played with my girls, the all-girl team. Well, not really all-girl team. We had some men, so we played Ground War. So basically, there's a lobby that we played for, 2 to 3 games. Then we didn't move, and then finally, I heard them on the 3rd game, and they were singling me out. I didn't even notice that, and then they were like, "Oh, you must be fat and ugly because girls don't play video games that much, and here you are playing a lot of video games. You have a lot of time. You must be fat and ugly." It's like, Miss Zombie Gay, you don't have the heart to make a guy's
Intelligence alert.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I didn't even say anything in the lobby. I raged so much during the actual game, and I just kicked their butts.
Well, so let me. I mean,
That's frustrating.
Did you even? I mean, I play with you on Xbox or PS3 all the time, and you hardly ever say anything, negative or anything. No. What my point is that why would they single you out? I mean, it's just literally because you have lady.
A good game, and probably one of the guys there. I hit their ego and whatnot.
Well, yeah, when you get hit, when you get killed, I mean, we were brought up, or I was anyway. My dad would get mad at me because I wasn't swinging the bat, hard enough or something like. He'd be like, "You're swinging like a girl, Brad." That I came up with that. That was like something normal that he would say to me, and I always just, and so now you get to this point where people are getting killed by girls. Their dads and whoever their coaches are sitting there going, they're pretty much singling you out as a girl, and now you're getting killed by it. It might bring up some.
Okay, there were 4 girls there. They singled me. I was freaking mad.
Wait,
and I got the last kill, so I was. Huh?
Why'd they single you out? I mean, if there were other females in there, why give you a hard time?
I think probably because I was having a good game,
Yeah, you were like top of the.
Yeah, and the guys who were actually talking stuff about me were at the bottom of the list.
Oh yeah, well that's where you just say, dude, look where you're at, dude. You suck.
I just had my actions, speak. But yeah,
no,
they were pretty stupid. So I pity them.
Right, that's what that mute button's for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Shut them up.
All those stereotypes, I've had a guy, or I don't know if it's a girl because the voice I can't tell. But it's someone saying about just play the freaking Barbie. This is not the place for you. What?
Right.
It's all weird. We've got like perverted comments, stereotypes, the works. They people girls who play on the PS3 or Xbox are considered butch, dyke,
Right.
See, I think these stereotypes come up from promotion in the media. I mean, when they see other YouTubers making jokes about this, when they see TV shows like sitcoms making jokes about stuff even related to that, where you get these sexual references or jokes like that coming into the community, like, you're just bringing it into a conversation like I am now, these connections we make between reality and other stuff. I think that is where it comes from, is this promotion of, oh yeah, you shouldn't be girly, you shouldn't do this, and how we have to be this brainwashed, stereotypical society.
Well, yeah, I agree. It's just, you hear this crap, like I was saying with my dad, you hear it, but now you're at a point where there is no physical boundary here. It's literally all dexterous, and women, I mean, as far as I know, women tend to be more dexterous, than men. I mean, my grandmother can sew. I mean, it's literally amazing to sit there and watch her crochet because, she's just so fast at it. And then, the first time I really realized, women are going to make great gamers was when I saw her first Tetris score. And then I'm like, well, yeah, but I'm a guy gamer. I'm a guy. I can beat that. I still to this day have not beat any of her Tetris scores. She's crazy at it. And I
go grandma.
Go grandma. She may be listening to this. That's awesome. But but it really upsets me when I'm in there. Well, they've never done it while I'm in there, and if they do, I normally say something, and I back you up. But not every girl out there, one, has a team, or two, has somebody, right, or has somebody like some of the girls you have on your team who are very, very good at standing up for themselves and making those
gamer
men.
Girl.
Yeah, like gamer girl really knows how to handle herself. She can make you feel like dirt immediately. So she's good at deterring that. So but not every girl has that, and it's really a shame that
it's hard to play alone. Like, I wouldn't play multiplayer if I haven't met new friends or other girls that play it, because you'll be eaten alive,
Right. Well, I'm going to tell you the straight truth. I have probably not had as much fun playing multiplayer as I've had playing with girl gamers. What really upsets me is that it's crap from these idiots that is going to actually turn the girls off of it. I mean, I don't know how you put up with it, but I wouldn't have.
Yeah,
literally,
I agree.
The first time I heard that crap, I would have been done. I would have been like, you know what? Either that, or I would have never bought a headset. I would have never plugged it in. It's just that's the way I am. I would have my TV muted, so nobody. It was literally like nobody could even get to me. And I think it takes one heck of a brave person or group of people to actually even endure some of that crap.
No, thanks. But yeah, thank you for that. But, it's actually kind of, I don't know. If we get together as all girls, it's kind of empowering, and it really helps to make the cause, especially for breaking stereotypes and things like that. I mean, I don't blame the other guys because I do see girls. I have some of the problems. I met girls online that are really acting. I don't have another word for it. Slutty. There you go.
Right.
they do act like that to be, I don't know, just to be accepted, or if they're really like that. But they're the first one to make racial slurs.
Yeah.
Stereotypes. It's just asking for it, basically.
Well, and they're kind of ruining the whole culture of girl gaming anyway when they go out there, because they're playing to the stereotype.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. Yeah, and
One rotten apple.
Yeah, and it's literally undoing what you girls are trying to do by building a team of respectable girls that can kick a lot of butt. It's like you've got girls out there who are just giving into it, and it's just really upsetting because I 100% support your guys' team, and it's mainly because I like what I see when I see this. I've never met girl gamers before you. You and the, I don't even know what to call your team. Is there a name for you?
We just have a clan tag every time we're on. It's G apostrophe, no, not apostrophe, exclamation point, R and L.
So you're just girl.
We're just girl.
Okay, well we'll have to work on that. But other than, but I mean, when I
make you something.
Yeah, when I saw that team and I got invited in there, and you girls were just, I was like, oh god. Honestly, I'm not even going to lie. I was like, well, this is going to be interesting to see if they're any good. And I start, because I'd never played with a girl. I didn't know what to expect. It's like it would be the same thing if you said, yeah, I'm going to let a monkey play. I don't know if it's going to do good or not. It's like I've never played with a monkey. So I was like,
where are the space monkeys?
Are you just, were you just referring to us as monkeys?
No, just you.
Okay.
Hey, don't mess with the space monkeys. I'm telling you.
So I mean, I when I started playing, I was absolutely blown away. I mean, we had one match where the teamwork was so phenomenal that I was like, I was waiting to be told what to do next. And I never do that. I'm always like, whatever. I'm going to go do what I think I should do. And I felt that the teamwork was so great that I needed to listen to the lead. And that shows a good team to me. And I really respect that. And I play with you girls every time I get a chance,
No, yeah, for sure. We played actually our first search and destroy match. Unfortunately, none of us had it in our file share, and it's all gone now. But our ever first search and destroy matches, we were an all-girl team, and half of the girls had played this game once or twice. Some of them probably first time, and we won. We won for like the first 4 or 5 games we played.
Wow!
And it was great. We were like, wow, we can do this.
That is awesome.
That is
awesome. I just
awesome.
got to point out, you said ever first.
What?
Instead of first step. I'm sorry.
Nice, Reed.
Yeah, all right.
Sorry. All right. So my suggestion or advice, at least, try to play with a team first, because it's really hard to play alone. Or, I invite you, to join my channel at least. We do offer, what do you call that? Gaming from a female's perspective, and I'm just working it right now. We try to break stereotypes, and yeah,
Well, let me make a recommendation. I think that if we have any female viewers out there who aren't part of this team, and I know I do, so I know that at least you guys have a few.
Yeah, I think I've got a few as well. I mean,
yeah,
I'm in the dark.
Well, you have no idea, but I'm sure there are. And if you want to get into gaming, these girls are the way to do it. I mean, just start adding them to your friends list and start, playing with them every now and then, because it really is an experience. Not only that, you do have a group of male gamers. They don't have to be part of the girl gaming team, but you've got a group of male gamers behind them that are actually helping out quite a bit, and they're supportive. And I mean, I know I am anyway. I know that I know that Meatwagon is supportive and stuff like that. So
Who?
I don't I don't know who that guy is. Wait,
You really just had to say that, didn't you, Brad? We
What?
lost her now.
Oh, sorry. I just fell down my chair.
Told you.
I'm just kidding.
fantastic.
I'm just kidding, guys. All right. So time for the listener mail that I told you earlier.
Yeah. Sure,
You want me to read that?
let's hear
share that
it.
with.
Okay. So this is from Raider Gaming Nation. That is his YouTube name. So, in the podcast, I remember Ms. Zombie Lady saying something about how the girl gaming community in MW2 was slim and trash talked in the lobbies, and I completely agree. Which leads me to a fun story. I'm a dude, and one of my best friends on the Xbox is a girl, so I got to hear all the funny comments and insults people tried to make when we played S&D, Search and Destroy. One time, we got into a lobby of all girl players, and my friend Sammy freaked as usually. You only got 1 to 2 girls, 1 to 2 girls a lobby, and most of the time it was just her. We both became friends, and the girls and got into a team together. And after a while, more girls from their friends list started to join session in progress, to the point that I was the only guy in the lobby. So to make the story short. Where is it? So eventually he's the only guy to this day in the team, and he's pretending to be gay. And he thinks it's a blast. So
Why? Yeah, at least he's not pretending to be a pimp.
so
Could be
that's
worse, right?
I mean, this is an awesome story. Thanks for the mail there, Raider Gaming Nation.
Yeah, that is.
Hate that.
Well, it's really good that it was contextual to the podcast too. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if I'd act gay, but
Well, talking about that though, here's the thing. If I was a girl gamer and I had to fight among all these lobbies and all that, or if it was just the reverse, the problem is, I think, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to befriend your own gender, and create just a girl gaming group. Obviously, that would help, but if you're a girl gamer and you've got some respectful male friends who are gamers, all you have to do is populate your friends list with people who are respectful, people that are friends of yours that you enjoy playing with, who are not going to suddenly turn into that guy in the lobby whenever somebody else starts picking on you.
right.
As
Right.
long as you've got a collective team, regardless of gender, you should be able to go into a lobby, start having a good time, announce, by your voice or your gamer tag or whatever, that you are a female gamer. And as soon as you get somebody hassling you, you mute them, the rest of your team mutes them, whatever the case. I mean, you basically shut these guys out to where
I agree with Anakin. It doesn't matter if the gender. I play a lot with guy friends. I have this friend of mine who teaches me Search and Destroy. His name is Merc Nemesis, and he's really nice. And a bunch of them are guys, and they're really nice, and they help me a lot too. So they don't have to be girls.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I was raised that way, where you're always gonna be nice to girls. You put them on a pedestal, per se. So you just gotta be, respectful. That's what it's always been. So no matter if you're seeing them face to face, behind their back, or over internet, it shouldn't change. You shouldn't be one person one way and then indoors you're a different person. That's
Right.
I don't know, just not how it is.
No, you're right.
All right. One last question, guys. It's about about the Easter egg. I think we talked about. It's from Granny Pumpkins, and he said that he was just making sure if the big Easter egg is is if you can do it with 2 people.
No.
Which Easter egg is that?
I don't know what it's called.
The Save Me from Sam, Luna,
The
whatever.
big-
This is the
Easter egg.
Or
Ascension. the
Mystery Man
Ascension
Easter egg is the most common.
Yeah.
So
And
Reed,
it's a no.
okay.
No, you can't. You have to have. I think, Rad, you tried it with
I tried it solo and 3-player, and it didn't work. So I doubt 2-player would work magically. The biggest factor is the 4 buttons. Everything else you could do fine by yourself, but you have to press 4 buttons simultaneously during a monkey round, and you can't do it.
Right. Well, because you
Right.
can't push one and then push another. You have to all do it at the exact
Yeah.
same time. So, because I
Indeed.
noticed that in one of I went back and watched some of our gameplay, and if you go to push the button too soon, yeah, it just won't do. Nothing will work until everybody does it at the same time. So yeah, that would be a huge problem and make it impossible.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he got that from, but yeah, no, sorry. No, not for
Yeah, if we said something that led along that line, I really do apologize. I know that it's easy to
Same.
misunderstand when we're fanatical about it, but no, you can't.
All right, so guys, some announcements. We are coming on iTunes, so please, wait for us there. We will definitely make an announcement if we are on iTunes, but it's in the works. And right, Brad?
Right. It should be. We'll have it about hopefully in the next week or two, depending on how much. I haven't actually, you haven't done it yet, but we've looked into it a little bit, and we're going to push for it. So, for sure.
And for right now, remember too, underneath all of the areas where you can find this, you should be able to find the link for the MP3 file so that you can add it to your own iTunes library right now manually, or
Right.
your MP3 player or whatever. So.
Right. Yeah. And until then, it's just going to be a little bit less convenient, but you can still do it. It's not
Exactly.
a possible thing. So
Or you can always watch it on YouTube.
hey, watch it on
Right here.
watch the amazing intro we've got.
Indeed. Which will never be seen again once we go to YouTube. Or once we go to iTunes. Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah. Nobody will watch it on our channel.
Right.
So, all right, guys. Unfortunately, this has been all the time we had left for you. We hope to see you all soon for our next episode. So send all your requests, suggestions, messages, crazy artwork, or just about anything to podcastdownthescope@gmail.com. And don't forget to subscribe to Down the Scope channel. It's youtube.com/user/Down the Scope. And as well as our own channels, just check us out to see the different scope of our different styles of gameplays and commentaries. Hey, Anakin, you love puns.
Oh, I love
Come
a
on.
good pun. I always love a good pun.
All right,
Why?
guys. So say your goodbyes.
Well-
Very delicious.
Viridialicious. Well, guys, I know that I speak for everybody. I especially want to say I really appreciate all of you listening. We came together. We were like, this would be really fun to do, and you guys giving us feedback is the best thing in the world. So it's really, really fueling us to want to keep doing this. And we just want you to know it's really appreciated. The more feedback we get, the better we're gonna. Actually, we're even contorting to what you guys want to hear and what you guys want to make us do. So, thanks a lot. Yeah, I say that
We're
lightly,
pretty
but
flexible.
yeah, but I mean, I just want to thank you guys a whole lot for that, and keep it up for sure.
All right, and next in line we have Anakin-tastic.
Yeah, indeed. I think Brad said it best. We really do appreciate everything that you guys are giving us for feedback, and obviously, we're trying to. Get this moving. This is our third one. I feel really, really good and very accomplished so far on what we've done with this. I feel like the podcast is out there with the best of them. And, look for us on our channels. My channel, as always, is youtube.com/Anakin. That's Anakin with 4 N's on the end. That's ANAKINNNN. You can look over at my channel for Down the Scope, as well as lots of other crazy stuff that I do. So, again, I really do appreciate it.
Right, last but not the least, Rad Dazzle.
Well, I definitely want to say I really appreciate everybody watching, and please send all of your questions to the email said earlier, or leave them in the comments. We'd love to answer all of them. And I guess I'm going to have to do my patent goodbye.
There you go.
All right, so once again, guys, thanks for listening and have a great day. Bye.